Hi, my name is Adam Cox. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist based in London in the UK. I'm a phobia expert. I'm founder of phobiaguru.com and the UK's leading expert at eliminating phobias rapidly, quite often in a single session. Now, the fear of intimacy is a fear of various things that are connected with relationships. Now, for some people, that might be the fear of being touched, which is really where the name comes from, this kind of close proximity. For other people, it might be a fear of kissing or sexual intercourse, and various other things connected to this idea of intimacy. And generally, there's two different types of people that have this fear. There's people that haven't been in a relationship before, and therefore it's the fear of the unknown. Or it's because they've been in this kind of relationship and it hasn't ended well. And therefore, the enjoyment of intimacy is tainted with the fear of losing whatever pleasure they experience. So the fear of loss gets connected with whatever pleasurable experiences they experience while being intimate. And that could even be holding hands or just a cuddle. These things are all related to intimacy, and there is a fear of losing anything that's good. And obviously that is projecting a future fear or worry into the present, which then actually erodes the very thing needed for intimacy, which is mindfulness and connection, being present in the moment. So this fear can actually lead to self-sabotage behavior. It can lead to a feeling of awkwardness, and it can lead to the very things that mean that people avoid relationships to begin with, so they don't have to deal with this kind of fear of loss of what might happen if they are in a relationship. And for some people, at its worst, they never enter relationships. They're just alone all the time, which makes it the opposite. Weirdly, there is a monophobia, the fear of being alone. Quite often, the people that have a fear of intimacy sometimes share that fear of being alone, but they create the situation where they are alone because of their fear of intimacy. And you get these paradoxes all the time with phobias, that sometimes the very coping strategy that people deploy to deal with the fear actually increases the feeling of anxiety because of the situations that they're unconsciously running, these unconscious patterns. And these things happen more than you would realize. Symptoms could be tightness of the chest, elevated heart rate, rapid breathing, a feeling of being closed off or not communicating well, tightness of the throat if it's involved in communication, or simply not responding to people that are clearly interested, such as eye contact or smiles. Someone that has a fear of intimacy won't acknowledge those nonverbal cues because effectively, subconsciously, they're trying to keep away a situation where intimacy might take place. Now, the problems, the implications of this is that for some people, they don't end up ever in a relationship, or they jeopardize pre-existing relationships. It can mean that they're always in very short relationships and never have long-lasting relationships. So there's lots of real-life implications of this particular fear. The way in which I help people solve this is normally a combination of clinical hypnotherapy, third wave cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, and also certain elements of NLP, also known as neuro-linguistic programming, just to change those neural pathways, the associations, so that people can do the very thing that they were afraid to do without feeling that anxiety. And then that tends to break the pattern. If you have any questions about this fear of intimacy, please put them in the comments and I'll be happy to respond. If you know anyone that has this fear, please share this video with them or message them about this video because it might help them. And equally, if you do have this fear, please share your experiences because it might help someone else that has this fear not feel quite so alone, and therefore it's more relatable to them. And if you are considering working with me or would like more information about this fear of intimacy and other fears that are connected, such as the fear of love, which is philophobia or philophobia, then please go to my website, phobiaguru.com, to learn more about that.